So we're solving the absolute value inequalities. So 7x minus 9, absolute value. Let's isolate the absolute value by adding 3 to both sides of this. Okay, so we have a negative number on the right side here, so we should stop and think a little bit. So if I have an absolute value greater than a negative number, if we remember the absolute value, like the absolute value of 3 is positive 3, the absolute value of negative 3 is also positive 3. This absolute value, no matter what, will always output either 0 or a positive number, right? This absolute value, no matter what I have inside the absolute value symbol, it will always output 0 or a positive number. And 0 and any number that's positive is certainly always larger than negative 3. So no matter what I substitute for x, when I multiply by 7, subtract 9, and then take the absolute value, that number is going to be greater than negative 3 always. So this solution is everything. No matter what I substitute for x, no matter what I substitute for x, no matter what I substitute for x, I can substitute any value from negative infinity to positive infinity. When I multiply by 7, subtract 9, take the absolute value, that number is going to be greater than negative 3. Now if I look at the second one, let's isolate the absolute value by adding 9. So 5x minus 8 is less than negative 5. So we've got a negative number on the right side. Let's think a little bit. Again, the absolute value always outputs a positive or 0. So this is saying the absolute value, when I substitute something for x, multiply by 5, subtract 8, and take the absolute value, it's going to be less than negative 5. Less than negative 5 is going to be more negative. Negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 10, negative 20, negative 100, negative 1,000. Right? Since the absolute value always outputs 0 or positive, it will never output anything less than negative 5, no matter what value I substitute for x. When you take the absolute value, you'll never get a value less than negative 5. So this has no solution. Absolute value greater than a negative? Always. Absolute value less than a negative? Never.